Okay, folks, in this video here we're going to talk about campaign sharing, and this is something I think has a lot of potential, and I think is probably very undertapped. So maybe a really bright marketer out there will be able to take advantage of this. What campaign sharing is that you're able to take a series of autoresponders, a series of messages that you have in your autoresponder, and you can immediately copy it to another list. So let me show you how this works, and then let me explain to you perhaps a business idea that somebody might want to take a hold of. I've switched over here to my Marketing Tools Today list, and then I've clicked on the Messages tab so that I've brought up here all of my different messages that I have currently in my autoresponder for my Marketing Tools Today list. Underneath that list there, you're going to see this section here, which is campaign sharing. Now, the first thing that we have to do is the list that has the messages in it, the list that has the ones that we want to copy from, those are the ones then that we need to enable campaign sharing. In this case, as campaign sharing is off, well, we need to turn it on. Now, we have a choice when we're turning it on. We can turn on only the follow-ups. We can also turn on all the broadcast messages as well. Or you can turn on the follow-ups and the broadcasts. Well, I'm just going to do the follow-ups, which are the autoresponder series, and then tell it to save. Now it tells us success, that it has been activated. Now notice the message here. It says copy to other lists by entering the campaign code, and it's giving here a little code. Now, just in case if you miss it here, it also prints that same information down here as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy that code right there. Let me copy it. Now, let's say that all of these messages I want to switch over to another one of my mailing lists. For whatever reason, I have a different set of subscribers in a different list, but I want them to get the same messages that I have in here, maybe just with a little bit of tweaking. All right, no problem. Let's go ahead and change our lists. In this case, I made up a dummy list here. We'll call this one the MTT free list, the Marketing Tools Today free list for the freebie people. So I've moved over to that list now. And right here where the campaign sharing is, we're going to click into there and we're going to paste our information there. And we're going to tell it to load that campaign. Now, one thing you have to watch out for is that if you do that, any messages that are in the second mailing list, the list that you are moving all of your messages to, the messages that's in there are going to get erased. So you have to watch out for that. But I'm going to go ahead and tell it to load that because I'm not worried about those messages in there. And then once I've done that, I look in here and I see that I have all the same messages now as I had in my Marketing Tools Today list. Now, here's where I think is an area that I think has a lot of potential. Notice down over here where it talks about the campaign sharing. It says here, it says allows a sequence of follow-up messages and or pending broadcasts to be copied from one list to a second list, and is also useful if you wish to transfer your messages to a different account. That means that does not have to be a set of messages that are in an autoresponder series that are on your account. You could even send it to somebody else's account when they've turned on their campaign sharing tab down here. So an idea might be is if you created an autoresponder series in Aweber, perhaps you use PLR material or other material or original material, you've written out your entire set of autoresponder and then you make it available for sale. A person decides to purchase it, fantastic. They have to turn on their campaign sharing for that list, for their new list that they've created. They email you that code. You pop that code in there. You tell it load campaign, and automatically their list is completely propagated with all of the messages that you've already typed up. And how many times could you do that with somebody? How much money could you make by doing that, by switching your messages for sale over to another Aweber user? Just an idea. Maybe somebody might want to grab that by the horns and run with it.